Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I've come to Flowerwood Nursery in Loxley, Alabama, and pulled together tons of different foundation plants. These things are mostly going to be things that get between 2 feet and maybe 4 feet in height and are pretty industrial. Most of these things are pretty tough shrubs. I'm going to divide this video into two. The second part will have the shade plants in it. And so over the course of, I don't know how many pieces this is, but it's quite a few. I came here in the fall and did 3 videos on screening plants, pulled together tons of screening plants if you want to go back and watch those, if you're interested in a big collection of screening plants. And in another separate video that I'm about to shoot, I am going to shoot things that get upright and narrow. If you've got a corner of your foundation where you need something that gets tall but stays kind of narrow, that video is going to be separate from this. This is mostly things that are going to stay low and compact, and like I say, are pretty tough plants. So let's get started. So I'll start with these Encore Azaleas. This is Autumn Fire right here. It's a very red, low-growing variety. Have a video on my channel called Dwarf Encore Azaleas if you want to see all the Encore Azaleas that stay small. These Encore Azaleas are going to require at least 4 hours of direct sun. So if you're putting them on a foundation, make sure they're getting at least that to stay full like this. This is Autumn Sunset Encore Azalea. It's kind of an orangey red. And this is Autumn Sweetheart, really nice, true pink, and that variety stays super, super compact. I've always liked that one. All of the Nandinas in the Southern Living plant collection right here, I've shown these many times. This is a blush pink, and this is Obsession. It has that really nice red color on it, and this is Lemon Lime with that gold foliage. All of these are non-invasive. They don't flower and fruit, so they're non-invasive Nandinas, just as rugged as the old-fashioned Nandinas, like I say, but without being invasive. That blush pink turns red in the wintertime, just like Firepower, but then it has that pinky colored new growth during the growing season. All of these, super industrial, great foundation plants, need lots and lots of sun, or will tolerate lots and lots of sun. All of the Loropetalum from the Southern Living plant collection, these are all purple throughout the plant. I really like Purple Daydream. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know I've used that thing several times, in several different ways. This is Purple Daydream right here, and it's just a beautiful plant. I've got a video on my channel. That's another thing with this video as you're watching it. Pretty much every plant I'm showing you, I have a separate individual video if you're interested in it. This is It's a Breeze ground cover rose. This is a disease-resistant rose with cherry red flowers, and it repeat blooms. I've got one of these in the ground at the house, and it's bloomed out once already, and it's working on round 2 when I was leaving the house to come down here and do this video work. This thing only gets about 2 feet tall, about as wide as you want it to get. You can prune it after each round of flowers if you'd like. Super, super hardy plant. This is Orange Rocket Barberry. Has this really rich, beautiful foliage color on it all season, and it stays kind of upright and narrow. This would be a good container plant next to a doorway if you have a super narrow place or any narrow little pocket along a foundation. Sometimes on foundations we can have really tricky spaces. This would be a good choice for that because you can see how upright and narrow it is. Of course, I've included a hydrangea over here. I meant to put it over there in the shade video. I'll show that one again later. That's Merit Supreme. That's going to go on a shady side of a foundation. This is the Abelia from the Southern Living plant collection. These are variegated Abelia. There are green Abelia varieties as well, like Rose Creek I've covered on the channel. Little Richard I think I've covered on the channel if you want just a green foliage dwarf Abelia. But all of these Abelia are super, super tough in full sun conditions, and and look great planted with a lot of other plants. They keep these variegated leaves year round. I've got this is just a Blue Pacific juniper I pulled into here, which is a great low ground cover juniper. I have a playlist on my channel called Ground Covers if you're interested in super low growing things that could be paired with any of these other shrubs, underplanting any of these other shrubs. Of course, boxwoods. This is Baby Gem boxwood right here. This is Winter Gem. A lot of these new boxwoods have been bred to keep this really nice green color during the winter time. And of course, boxwoods are super low maintenance, and the deer won't mess with them. This one right here next to it's probably on a good portion of the foundations in the southeast. It's a compacta holly, and it's very boxwood looking. A lot of people that have compacta hollies think they have boxwoods, but they're actually compacta hollies. It's probably the most common builder planted shrub. Super tough shrub. Obviously, that's why the builders are using them. But I don't think it has quite as nice of a look to it as an actual boxwood, as you can see right here with them side by side. That's why I did that. This is a touch of gold holly right here. I've shown this. I've done this video as well. This is a Pat McCracken introduction. I did a video at his nursery recently, but that has that gold new foliage all season long. Really pretty plant, and that it's a plant you can keep under 3 feet in height. Here is a soft touch holly and one called Low Rider that Southern Living Plant Collection has. Super compact plants. These are good in containers, good in the ground, industrial. It's a Japanese holly, just like compacta holly, but where compacta holly can get 6 feet tall if you let it, soft touch can be kept, and that Low Rider can be kept in that 3.5, maybe 4 feet. This is Carissa holly here. I've planted many Carissa hollies over the years. Great industrial, low growing holly. And it has kind of a light green edge on all of the leaves. And I've just always, if you want to plant a plant and not worry about it, it's very industrial. That's what I'll say about Carissa hollies. And this is a Bordeaux Yopon holly. This is a dwarf native holly. And this variety is called Bordeaux, and it's called Bordeaux because it has this really rich wine-colored new growth on it. This one can be kept between 3 feet in height easily for a very long period of time. Being a native, it's very industrial. Well, this is a color guard yucca, which is going to be a completely different look than the other things that I'm showing you here. But I do like this plant. Almost everybody watching this video can grow it because it's so cold hardy, and it's super showy. Also works great as a container plant, really pops with any kind of green foliage plant with that color guard yucca. It makes it just really pop. And of course we have gardenias, lots of gardenias. This is frost-proof gardenia. It's one of the first videos I did on the channel. I probably grew and sold, I don't know, 50,000 wouldn't be an exaggeration of these over the years. This one will get between 3 and 4 feet in height. There's a new one called Foolproof that has a little tighter growth habit that I'll be showing on the channel pretty soon. Has the double white flowers. You see a few yellow leaves on this down in the bottom. That's kind of normal when they're blooming. The one next to it, although in a smaller pot, is actually August Beauty, and it can get some size to it. It can get 5 or 6 feet in height. There's a gardenia playlist on my channel, and I've got gardenias on that playlist that get 18 inches tall all the way to ones that get 8 feet tall. If you're interested in growing gardenias. And the next thing, and probably the last thing I'll show in this particular video, are Indian hawthorns. And my 2 favorite Indian hawthorns are Eleanor Tabor, which is a low-growing pink one that I don't have here, and this Spring Sonata, which I've actually done a video on the channel. Both of these are extremely disease-resistant. This one right here is Snow White, and it tends to get some leaf spot issues, and especially in the humidity in the southeast, and has some issues. And so I don't typically recommend it, but there are newer varieties that are very disease resistant. That's, like I said, that's Spring Sonata. The Spring Sonata will get a little more height on it than Eleanor Tabor, and Eleanor Tabor stays very low to the ground. And I had it on my foundation at the old house for years and years, never had any spotting on the leaves. So I'll wrap this video up right here, and part 2 is coming soon. Thanks for watching.